So safety ripple is important to me because a safety culture is one of the main factors within construction in this day and age. Because of safety ripple, as a business, we're not just as a business, but as multiple and individual sites, we're working a lot safer. We're speaking about how we're working safely a lot more, and we're sharing our experiences of when we're working safely. And it's now, safety is at the forefront of everything that we're doing as a business within construction, which is great. Our plus partners on this project, Eric Wrights, are involved in as much as anyone else on the site. They have their own supervision.
Safety ripple for me is it actually highlights health and safety in the workplace for everyone, and it helps us give a structure around health and safety so that colleagues know what to do in case of a safety issue and where to go and who to speak to about it. Not long after we'd set Safety Ripple up and introduced it, we had a meeting with Mark with all our site colleagues working for Eric Wright, and it was quite a lively session where we discussed what Safety Ripple was and how it was going to be rolled out on site with everybody. And then we had a sort of Q&A at the end of it where we discussed things that are cropping up that do need attention. So Play It Safe is where we select subjects that we're going to focus on each month with the colleagues out on site, where we'll investigate what issues we've got, etc., and what we can do to rectify those. The good thing about it is it gets everybody involved in looking at a particular thing, so we can bring a subject on quite well with everybody looking at the same thing.
It's making it, the lads are now looking at things. Whenever there's a walkway needing to be closed off, they are looking at it for a broader picture on how they're going to get to the work areas. Just for example, we've had to close one of the walkways off recently, and they pretty much had come up with the solution before I'd even got over there to go through it with them. So it's helping that way.
Safety Ripple is important to me because it allows all the lads on site to have a positive influence on the safety issues. So everyone enjoys doing Play It Safe, bringing up issues on site and discussing them in a constructive environment.
I think primarily for me, as the project manager, it has helped enormously in going through the storming, norming, performing cycle of the entire team. It's something, as a senior manager, you usually look at just as the management team and trying to get the management team performing. But because it embraces the entire workforce from the very, very top to the very, very bottom, it creates a much happier working atmosphere. It encourages much more open dialogue. It's very easy for new subcontractors to work in isolation on commencement in their own little bubble, looking at their very own little element of plant that they're installing, or their very small scope of works. With Safety Ripple, it brings them into the bigger picture very, very quickly. They get to know who's who to go to see to sort what out very, very quickly, and it just helps bringing them into the team so much quicker and easier.
I think Safety Ripple's changed the site because obviously it proves us as a company and me as a supervisor, we're wanting things to work and we're wanting ideas of other people. It shows the workforce that the company cares and we're doing something about safety, and it also proves to them that the company wants them to have the ownership and ideas themselves as well as us, and it gives everybody their say.
Well, been on here now a year, and whilst working on this project we've rolled out Safety Ripple. Safety Ripple's become quite important for quite a number of reasons, but it allows subcontractors to have be inclusive on the project and give an opportunity to voice their concerns.
We're getting the lads a lot more involved now into safety, positive approach. It's getting the lads into solution groups, huddles, bringing the lads more into it really. It's getting them involved, it's getting a positive approch to it. It spreads the word, it spreads it to everybody else. The young lads are watching it and following suit really, so it's spreading the word. Once someone else does it, someone else catches on to it, it's just spreading around side, so yeah, it's very positive. It means a lot. It means about bringing industry forward, bringing it more positive, more safely, bringing it out of the old ways and to the new ways, and more safety for the young lot of people coming through. Just change the industry really, more positive.
I've really bought into it. I think it's really good for sites around the UK and working for Flood Construction. I think it's going to be really good to improve the behaviour, the culture and everything on site. One of the things is I've noticed with the safety ripple is we're doing a lot of huddles, so lads are now talking to each other about safety. We're all seeing problems and we're all coming out talking to each other. So we're seeing a problem and end up with a solution for it.
Well, I think the safety ripple is very important, especially, you know, being one of the first subcontractors to do the safety champion course recently in Preston. It's basically allowing me now to see problems, see hazards, eliminate risks before they become a problem. I'm a lot more switched on now with the way I'm looking at the job itself. It's very inclusive, so it's allowing everybody on the job or even in the office, you know, to have their opinion, their say on basically every hazard or risk that's taking place.
Out on site, basically everybody's talking, so it's a positive impact around, and everybody's included in it, so that's good for the site team. So we do the safety ripple meetings and everybody's got an input in that as well. So
there's a change in behaviour on site in the way that people work, the operatives, whether they're a joiner, fixer, pipe layer, they feel like they have a voice to discuss with the site management team or any others within the team about what they're actually doing on site, whether it's safe or they have a better way of doing things.
Safety ripple isn't about processes and procedures. It's about a mindset and raising our awareness to make it personal, relevant for anything that we do, whether it be on site or at home. Safety ripple gives everybody on site, whether that direct or subcontract, empowerment to challenge a process or an operation that they're not comfortable with, and it affords a culture on site of everybody looking after each other. Safety ripple allows me the opportunity to assure everybody on site if they raise a concern, we will follow it up and it won't go into a black hole. It gives them the opportunity to stop what they're doing. We don't want them to do something that is not safe.
It's a tool that allows us to help us change people's perceptions and behaviours about safety. And it allows the guys to think about not only themselves but everyone else, you know, people on site, people off site, all around them. We're having a lot of engagement from the subcontractor, and through the Play It Safe and solution group sessions, we're sorting everything, all the issues out on site.
Safety Ripple is a fantastic, very positive and inclusive approach to health and safety on site. Safety Ripple posters are very visible on each side, and they get people talking.
And what's really been beneficial for me is seeing the subcontractors get involved and embracing Safety Ripple, being involved in the solution groups, and really taking it on to the next level. We're seeing an all-round safer site. We've seen an increase in positive senior managers to us, and it's certainly been very rewarding for me to be able to walk around the site on a daily basis and not be able to nitpick at certain things that I would have done at the start of the project, such as keeping walkways clear, you know, open edges, things like that, and just generally seeing people working safely.
Safety Ripple is a fantastic way to engage with the workforce. The guys really take what they've learnt in the office and put it into practice on site. Safety Ripple gets everybody working together, not just the guys who work for us, but also our subcontractors, which is something that we find really important.
Play It Safe's really good because it involves everyone on site, from visitors, operatives, up to senior level management. So when we do the free cards on the Play It Safe, it makes everyone on site think about what subjects we've chosen and think about how we can improve them more, and it's always on the mind. I chose to be a safety champion because firstly I want to come to work and go home safely to see my family. I want everyone else to feel the same way and stop what they're doing and think about it, just so they do get to go home. Think about what they're doing.